Okay, we'll call to order the Gladbrook-Rhinebeck Community School District Board of Education, public hearing, regarding the bids. Is there any public comments? Okay. All right, we will set, the agenda is as presented. I'll take a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Adam, second by Matt to approve the agenda as presented. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, all right. So now we go into the, isn't it?
Yep.
Normally something I read for this.
I think we just have to be able to post that we're having the public meeting for this, but I'll pull up the resolution too. So we have that, we can read that as well.
That's okay. We don't have to read it.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
Okay. All right, so seeing that there's no public comments for the public hearing, we'll go ahead and proceed to adjournment. I'll take a motion for that.
Move to adjourn. Second.
Motion by Adam, second by Matt to adjourn the public hearing for the bid process. Any further discussion?
The only thing I would add, just for information purposes, when it comes to the project itself, is to go back through and just note the scope of the project. So this is for elementary, it's, our SAVE project. It includes the construction of classrooms addition, the renovation of restrooms to get them to be ADA compliant, and then replacing like our old control systems, HVAC, upgrading electrical and switchgear, installing a sprinkler system or fire suppression system, putting in a safe and secure entrance, replacing the existing air handler unit within the gym space or in the kitchen, replacing like the hood and mini splits and stuff in there, and then retrofitting, the front entrance for the safe and secure entrance, and also renovating the 20 classroom spaces that are within the building as well. So overall, within that, that would be scope, estimated cost of project. When we were putting all this out there to bid was right around $9,719,500. So just to make sure that as we're going through and talking about that, when it comes to going through the bids within the special session that we received today, we'll be able to kind of keep that in mind. So
Okay, we have the original motion by Adam, second by Matt to adjourn the meeting, so we proceed on to the special meeting. We'll proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, we are adjourned with the public hearing. Next item is we'll call to order the Gladbrook-Rhinebeck Community School District Board of Education special session. Christine, please note the roll of minutes. Is there any other public comments regarding the special session?
No.
All right. So there we have the agenda as presented. Take a motion to approve that agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Jen,
I'll second.
second by Amanda. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, all right. I guess Caleb.
yeah, I'll turn it over. If Rusty, you want to kind of go through bid opening today, how that went, kind of where we're looking at things, and then kind of our next steps.
Yep, so we had a really good turnout today. We had 4 general trades contractors bid on the general trades package, 2 bid for mechanical, and then we had 3 bid on electrical. All in all, we came in slightly under what we had kind of thrown out our estimate for the construction budget to be, which is a good thing. So with that in mind, you know, if we're gonna consider some additional work, the doors, but also, to what Caleb was mentioning, and we have 9 million, then we have the site logic fee, but you've also got, we're gonna have asbestos costs, Allers and Cooney fees, Piper Sandler fees, there's all these things that kind of bring that number up and these totals up to what that 9 million was set at, so, like I said, as far as the construction budget and estimates, we're in good shape. And then one thing that we did do, and it is entirely really up to the school how you wanna handle it, we had controls bid separate, so, and Caleb and I talked about this too, really it was something for us to do to try and mitigate costs, and really, if it were carried under a mechanical contractor, all you're paying for is just their markup. When there are several districts that we work with, if you have train controls or Woodman controls already in your building, we're not gonna make it a public bid, cause if you're happy and content with them, you wanna keep that relationship going. So, we got a direct quote from Woodman, but we also, I had reached out and talked to the mechanical contractors and just said, hey, can you line item this? I'm not gonna read it because it's not part of the public bid, but you can kind of see the difference where if they're carrying it under their contract, you just, they're taking that same number and putting 10, 15% on it. So if we have an opportunity where you all would be comfortable, if it's Train or Woodman, whoever's that lower controls contractor, and they work directly through you. I mean, we'll help coordinate them in the field, lining them up with schedule-wise, but it's just an opportunity, save.
Can you explain to those that don't know the controls, contractors, what those are, what that entails?
It's like your thermostats, your building automation system. So when you have your front ends, 9 times out of 10, it's your building and grounds person who can set the temperature in your building, your classrooms, occupied hours, unoccupied hours. So you have control and you don't have just your boiler system running. Whatever output you get is what you get. Controls will just build all that in and it'll be automated. So you can create set points. They're usually 68 to 72 degrees is what most schools would set their building temperature at. So if it starts creeping down into the 68, that system's just gonna tell itself, all right, bump it up a little bit. We wanna get right in that sweet spot of like 70 degrees.
And we have a vendor or we have someone for that?
So not currently, so, cause right now, everything's running off boiler system, so we don't have like a forced air or anything through trains or
This would be
anything.
new, this would be new.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, the whole building, yeah, it'd be an entirely new thing to the building,
got it.
so.
But that's not included in this, like, kind of cover page of breakdown of bids, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And controls is one of those things, there's nothing lead time. Say, all right, we just want a public bid it. We can do that in a month, 2 months. Nothing that a controls contractor has. They're probably 3 weeks is the longest material that they would have to buy. So I wanted to look at it and just present you all with options.
Right, so that would fall under your mechanical package then, where you're putting in the HVAC?
Typically, we would
So
include
that-
it under a mechanical,
The cost of the HVAC is in this, or is it just the controls that we're missing?
just the controls and testing and balancing.
Okay, so the HVAC is there, and it's just a matter of, you know, we selected Trane or Mitsubishi or whoever?
And it could be Woodman,
So we haven't selected that yet?
correct.
Correct.
Like, we just have the options.
Any idea of what, kind of a range of cost that would be?
Well, I would think it would be kind of dependent on how much stuff you wanna add on to it, like if you wanna put, like if there's other door stuff or anything like that that you wanna add to the controls that has.
It wouldn't be any of the, like, the building controls, nothing security related, this is just the building automation.
Just the
So
controls
security,
things, yeah.
HVAC, yep, so nothing to do with door security or
Okay.
access controls.
Okay.
So as part of our bid, I guess, do we have, like, our bid package, did we say we anticipate wanting X package for our controls?
No, it's
Because
it's
right
open,
now,
so
I'm
you
just
can have
seeing-
competition. So,
Okay,
like, we had a quote direct from Woodman that they turned in. I'll look through my emails. I asked Trane to do the same thing. We're excluding it right now,
okay,
so I asked them to send their quote direct to Caleb. I don't know if he did or not.
I haven't received it yet.
But like I mentioned too, I did ask all the mechanical contractors, just write it somewhere in the margins. So we can at least see what is our anticipated controls cost. Woodman was at $299,833. And even if we temporarily plug their number in, we're still in good shape under budget.
So does that work with, let's say that we went with a train system, does the Woodman controls work? It has to be train controls?
Right, it's all one. Woodman won't work on Trane won't work on Woodman controls.
Imagine that, okay.
They're all proprietary.
But they'll all
Thanks.
work on whatever we put in.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what
So
we,
basically, if we
Train-
select to go with train, you're gonna have a train
Mechanically,
control
it doesn't
system.
Yeah.
Correct. And then it's just something to think about
For
when
future.
we're working here at the high school. Whether we choose Trane or Woodman, if you're happy with how that front end, the building automation system looks, okay, we're just gonna carry it, because it's so much easier for
Yeah.
you and the staff to just have one contractor. If they're having any issues, it's one contact or one call, and you're not having to deal with two different controls contractors.
Yep.
I've worked with both Trane and Woodman, they both are excellent. I don't think you could go wrong with either. And then, before I keep going, sometimes I'm bad at this. This is Jeff. Jeff's with SiteLogic. He'll be the guy he'll be here the whole time construction's going on. As our site Sue, so.
I think we can come up with a sofa. I'm kidding.
there's a little room back there, I think.
So,
So just the controls are gonna cost $300,000.
That was Woodman's quote, yeah.
Okay. That seems like a lot, but I guess I don't know what all it really entails. I guess I still don't have a total grasp on what it means. But
so like I'm looking at the Brecky quote now, there at the bottom of like the general breakdown, there it says,
So-
it's got a series of digits and then it says add alternative.
where do you
There's
have
like-
this?
Where did you get this?
yeah,
It's in the agenda, there's like additional documents,
Yeah, in the supporting documents.
in the supporting documents
I'll
folder.
share
I
the,
don't
So
see
scroll
anything, all I
down
see is the elementary school PDF.
That's
Yep,
all I
click
have,
there.
too.
Wait, well, I got there from there, so click there.
yeah, she went to it through the shared folder. This is the, there you go.
Do you see something?
It was in my
Refresh your
drive.
page, maybe,
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know.
If you
I'm not seeing-
refresh it, he just sent an email. But I guess
Oh,
that's
send
what
an
I
email? Okay.
wanna understand, cause there's like a separate line item for 252,000 and it just says add alternate.
Mhm.
And so is that what we're saying is they're separate, that is the separated controls?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the thing I asked him to do, just
Okay,
show it. I can't read it publicly aloud.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna assume that that is your bid because we took it out.
it just wasn't very like
But typically,
identified, so for me,
Yes.
like,
yes,
to Matt's point,
it's a
like,
good question.
just seeing one broken down, like, trying to compare it.
So they're 25.9, that would be the testing and balancing. And then the
Okay.
division's 230913, 0923, 0993. That's your controls and
Okay.
building automation system.
Okay,
So, if you go to the other mechanical quote, which was,
it was Young.
yeah, Young's, they did the same thing, they wrote it in on their bid form.
Okay, so it's those
what it-
sections,
What it leads me
okay,
to believe is they both Young and, Brecky got Woodman controls quote and then a Trane quote. Well, Trane was cheaper,
okay,
so I'm guessing they're using Trane's numbers.
okay. So comparing this.
So at what point do we select that? Is that when we select the HVAC?
We could do it that way, we could, if we just wanna say, all right, we want the mechanical contractor, we're sitting good on budget, we'll just let them take the controls, have them work directly under them. We could do it separate. Send a contract direct through the school, Woodman or Train. Or we can go out to bid, like I said, in a month and just do a controls and tab only. We have options.
But don't we have to select the HVAC system before we can do that?
Yeah, we'll want the plumber, on board and at least get them contracted, but nothing on our documents is gonna change. The controls are what the controls are, so.
So what he's saying is that also the HVAC bids, they haven't necessarily selected Train or Woodman yet either.
Exactly.
Okay.
We're selecting the contractor and then it's under their purview.
So they could do either one, is
Right.
what I'm.
Yeah, they'll install it no matter what option we go with.
Okay, so either contractor could do either one.
Mhm.
Okay.
But I mean, the main point is we don't have to make a decision on that.
No.
tonight.
No,
Not
that's
on
good.
controls, yeah, we have the luxury of time with that one. And I was really just curious to see, what does it look like, how much money can we possibly save by not having a unnecessary mechanical contractor marking it up?
Yeah, you don't have to run it through the mechanical contractor either.
Right.
You guys could hold it and get rid of that 15% markup that Young's would put on there, or Brecky, or, those are the only two mechanicals, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but they'll still install everything exactly
They'll
the
still
same.
install,
It's just that
Woodsman
we're buying it
or
separate.
Train will install on either one.
Yeah, they'll do the install, so Train will have their techs here doing all their equipment, Woodman would do the same.
All right, so with that, the next piece within talking again with Rusty today, you know, we open all the bids, are able to identify, you know, lowest bidder, things like that. Now, you know, their next steps are going to be to work and make sure all the details are there, all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, make sure that, you know, even with the people that are the lowest bidder, that they have the capacity and the ability to meet the deadlines, to get all the work done to scope and make all that happen. So they'll be doing a little reference checking and things like that over the next couple days. But then we will need to be able to approve, you know, that resolution where we adopt the plan specifications and form the contract, as well as the total estimated project cost, and then we would then also adopt the resolution to award the contracts at the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. And so that would be something that we'd be able to do virtually. We would not have to, you know, call together an entire, you know, meeting and do that in person. We could do that virtually. So talking with Rusty to give them enough time to make sure that they can do that due diligence and looking at calendars and how things are going. I was wondering if there would be availability to be able to do that, schedule that meeting for February 6th at noon. That was, I know I have that time, so I was looking at my calendar, but wanted to check with you guys first before we kind of set that up to approve those.
I won't be here, so it's not a problem.
I'm around.
I'll be here.
I should be.
Okay.
So when you said lowest and responsible bid, because when I'm looking at this, you know, you're seeing one bid on the work package A and being like $500,000 difference.
Mhm.
I assume your responsibility is to go through there and make sure everything that we asked is there.
Yep, just because they're the low bid does not mean they cover everything.
Okay, well, I'm also looking at the work package 3 and I'm going, yeah, that's a huge difference.
Right, they bid on it,
What did we
cover
forget?
everything. Are they happy with their number? You didn't miss some scope, because we're not about to just hire you and then give you a $30,000 change order just to make up for
Right.
your bid mishaps. Because if that's the case, we're just gonna, you're not the lowest responsive bidder. You're the low bidder, but you don't have everything included in your
And at the
bid.
same time, if they do happen to be the low bid, you'll go check their workmanship and everything and make sure that nobody's had any, okay, we've had $100,000 of change orders, forgot to switch covers.
Yep, and Jeff is here just overseeing it, making sure they're not cutting corners, doing everything that's on the bid docs.
I'm just curious from your experience, this is like a pretty good spread.
I think it is.
Okay.
And, Jeff and I have both worked with Van Monen before, they're great to work with. I don't think I've ever worked with Brecky, but I've heard a lot of good things.
I've worked with Brecky.
They're pretty good. And same with Young. Young asked a ton of questions leading up to today's bid turn-in, so I know that they were looking through the bid documents pretty extensively. So I don't foresee any oopses on their end. And then Peters, I'm really just kinda going off of your guys' feedback, that they're reputable, they're a good contractor. So that's good that they're the low bid. Yeah, I think the spreads are good, especially, you know, work package 1. There's some variances there with electrical, with Van Manen, but the rest of them are tight, they're.
Thanks.
And I was surprised nobody bid on a combination bid package. Most of the time, those general contractors, Baylor, Hurley, Peters, a Graphite, a Cardinal, they want everybody working under them. So we gave them that option, but nobody decided to go that route, which is still fine.
All right, so, if we are good to set that date, I'll go ahead and get that posted and,
What time are you thinking?
I have 12:00 PM, I'm wide open, so noon, if that works, kinda over the lunch hour.
Is
It'd
that
still
be
be a public,
virtual?
it'd still, yeah, it'd be virtual, but it would still have it be a public meeting, so I'd have an open, Teams, link that I'd send out in the, agenda.
Can we get the agendas out earlier?
Mm-hmm.
If there's nothing time sensitive, let's get them out early rather than the last minute. Because I know that's been causing,
Well, like in the case of this meeting, it's been set for what, 10 days? Right.
The agenda has.
We set this meeting a week
Had to
ago.
be posted in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it wasn't on the website or anywhere to be found as of yesterday, so anyway.
Okay, so we're good with 12 o'clock on the 6th then?
All right.
Okay, all right, so we'll go ahead and set that. Okay, any other comments, questions?
So
Discussion?
Rusty, in your opinion, how much less do you think this is than what your estimate was, just for curiosity?
I can pull it up and find out what our last estimate was. Maybe. Just assume the lowest bidders.
Yeah, if all the lowest bidders are
Mhm.
correct.
And I'm just gonna include a controls number. 52. Most recent one is like 800,000. Under what his most, but he had, our estimator, they have been throwing a lot of, potential tariff fees, and we haven't been seeing those, which is fortunate. So, just to protect us, on the estimating, they were carrying quite a bit of tariffs. But, like I said, fortunately, we haven't seen those costs. And then I know he was playing with some of the numbers too, like, it's not on this spreadsheet, but, you know, the painting in the corridors, the additional flooring, just to try and get an overall sense of, hey, where are we gonna be at for that total 9 million, all things said and done and considered.
Cool. I don't have anything else, thanks for putting all that stuff together.
Yeah.
Were you surprised with the amount of bids at all, or did you
I
think
thought
after?
we might have like 2 or 3 more, cause I was getting so many emails and phone calls. I lost track of how many contractors called me.
Cause you had about 15 at the pre-bid, right?
Mhm. Yeah, helping, or, changing the timeline on the building addition really helped. Otherwise, I don't know if anybody would have bid to try and get it all done by August.
Yeah,
I think that's good
Definitely.
to know that that helped us.
yeah, I definitely think that
Well, it doesn't help us, cause we
Well-
got a lot of work to do
Wow.
to figure out how to mitigate that.
Yeah.
Cause actually, Doesn't help us one bit.
Helped us ensure that we got somebody to do it,
Yeah.
but it does not help our
If we have people
timeline.
to turn in a bid,
No.
yes, we'll work with you however we have to with the contractors, just to navigate and work with, you're gonna be down in classroom.
Yeah, you gotta figure out what to do with the TK.
I know,
So,
so, yeah.
okay, yeah, I was gonna ask about the timeline, but you already went over that, so that's good. Any other feedback from them as far as other stuff?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No, nobody stuck around to ask questions after the bid. Usually there's
I
one
was-
straggler that
as I
just
say,
wants
they
to
were-
sit and,
They were in and out.
yeah,
So,
we opened the numbers and they were on the road. But, yeah, most of the time, there's at least one that's a low bid that wants to sit and mingle and talk and
Feel things out.
raise concerns. We didn't have that.
Okay. Awesome, well, I'll take a motion to adjourn then.
So move to adjourn.
Motion by Doug,
Second.
second by Jen to adjourn, any further discussion? All right, proceed to vote, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Right.
All right, we are hereby